It's been about a month since the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus came out. I've been using a combination of both for that entire time. So I wanted to share some new thoughts and opinions and maybe help you guys decide if you want to get one or see if we mesh what your opinion's been with the phones. So let's start with the positives. My favorite feature of the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus is the black color. I love matte black, it looks really nice. Not a big fan of the jet black option, but the matte black has worn extremely well. I don't have any scratches, it hardly shows any sort of fingerprints. It's been very welcome. The other really nice features for the Plus has been battery life. iPhone battery life is always pretty solid for me, but I'm generally getting about 15-20% more on the 7 Plus versus what I got on the 6S Plus, which is awesome. Now I've got about 60% of battery life by the time I plug it at the end of the night, so huge deal for someone like me who's traveling quite a bit and isn't always near a outlet. The camera here is certainly improved, but in all candor, it still looks like a phone picture to me. It's nice to have a better camera option, but nothing giant. I've got the beta installed on here, so I've been trying portrait mode. Pictures look fine. It looks kind of digitally processed to my eyes, but I'm sure it'll get better as it comes out of beta and goes to mass release. There have been a few instances though where I definitely missed the headphone jack. One was on an Uber ride, and the Uber driver tried to pass me an aux cable. The other was I was traveling and my wireless headphones ran out of battery. I was stuck without any sort of media and entertainment, so I still wish that there was a headphone jack plugged into that guy. IP67 is also still really nice, but not without its flaws. Our own Andrew Evers, who's actually behind the camera for this video, for some unknown reason, maybe he can explain it, took a 7 Plus and went like this into a fish tank and proceeded to take his phone out, and his phone was totally borked. Did not work at all. Took it back to Apple and they made him pay $350 to get a new phone. So it is not waterproof. Let me just reiterate that. It's not waterproof. It's IP67, so you supposedly can put it underwater. In fact, when we tested our iPhone 7, I threw it in a pool. We've dunked phones in jars of water and it's been fine, but your mileage might vary. So don't think you can take this thing swimming with you and have no issue, or pull an Andrew and put it in a fish tank? The Taptic engine on the home button isn't depressed anymore. That was a little bit strange, took a while to get used to. I really enjoy it now. When I use an older generation iPhone, it feels strange to have the button actually go up and down. I really like that feature. That's probably one of the most welcome changes. It was very subtle, but something I've really appreciated using. But all has not been incredibly awesome. I've had some GPS issues with my iPhone 7, and I had it with the 7 Plus as well. It takes a while to lock in on a location. Sometimes when it does lock in, it is not even close to accurate to where I'm at. And that seems to be a known issue with this generation of phones. Performance-wise, it seems fast, but any current gen iPhone never seems slow, so I'm not noticing any giant difference here, huge improvement from speed over last gen 6S or 6S Plus. The phone feels fast. It's got an extra gig of RAM versus what we had before. I haven't really noticed it. I can run a ton of benchmarks and give you a ton of scores. For me though, user experience is what matters. It's a quick phone and it's the fastest iPhone Apple's ever done, which it's the most recent iPhone Apple's ever done. Apple talked a lot about the color gamut on the screen, and when I did the full review, I didn't think it looked that much better than last gen 6S Plus. Still same resolution at 1080p, but the more I used the phone, the more I could see the slight change in the color gamut. So the screen, I like to amend that, is definitely better than the 6S Plus, but it's not the best screen out there. It is, however, much better in direct sunlight, so bear that in mind than what I've seen with last gen's phones. Stereo speakers sound loud. They're the loudest I've tested from an iPhone, so if you rely heavily on speakers, you're gonna appreciate that here on the 7 and 7 Plus. I usually carry my phone in a case. I've gone naked this generation, been fortunate enough to not drop it, so I can't comment on drop tests or anything, but again, no scratches from going in and out of my pocket, no smudges on the matte black. If I cleaned up the screen, this thing would look absolutely brand new. I'm still unsure how I feel about the iPhone and iOS 10. Of course, and again, no it's the best iPhone Apple's ever made. And it's an iPhone. You know what you're getting when you pick it up. You're getting the best version of what you've ever used, but you know exactly what you're getting. For a lot of people, that is very comforting. They know how it works, they know how applications are gonna perform, and they know what the phone is going to do day to day. And I'm not sure what camp I'm in. Some days I love the iPhone, some days I wish it would do things differently. I wish it still had wireless charging, I wish it had fast charging, I wish it had a lot of things that other competition does, but the phone still works really well. And that's kind of the point of the video. It's the fastest iPhone. My opinion hasn't changed too much since the review. Some things are different. know a lot of you guys look for follow-ups a few weeks after the review, so I wanted to share my opinions with you. Have you guys had those GPS issues? Have you had any other flaws with your phones? Let me know in the comments down below. I want to hear it. Give the video a thumbs up. We always appreciate it. Till next time, I'm John Ranger from Techno Buffalo.